Master!
Hi everyone, Master here with a brief preview of the Mirai Fury and the Fury MX. Mirai is a new subsidiary to MISC, which focuses on high performance and somewhat risky spacecraft, as compared to MISC's regular industrial focus. Mirai is debuting with the release of the Fury and Fury MX in flyable state for Invictus. The Fury and MX variant are the first snub ships we've seen from MISC or its subsidiaries. These ships are designed to fit in larger ships that have hangars or cargo bays and get carried to their target locations. The Fury is a light fighter, while the MX is a light bomber. They are both small ships at 7 meters long, 3 meters wide, and 5.4 meters high. This changes slightly since the ships can compress to fit in smaller spaces. The Fury has an excellent cockpit visibility all around using Xi'an technology, but only 2 MFDs. The MX variant has that too, but you can put down an armored shield in front to provide a bit of protection during attack runs. The shield has cameras that display the area in front of you so it doesn't block your vision. The Fury variants have no cargo space, but can carry a tiny 60K micro SCU in them by accessing the external inventory port. That can hold some handheld guns, light armor, food, or drink. They both have one single size 1 stealth shield, Class C. They have a single size 1 hydrogen fuel tank and no quantum fuel or drive. They will have to be carried around if you need to travel anywhere that requires quantum travel, and the hydrogen fuel tank is small too. They have a fast combat speed of 220 meters a second and a max speed of 1,250 meters a second. They are a little faster than the Anvil Arrow and very maneuverable with those 4 Xi'an-style gimbaled engines they have. They are light ships at half the weight of an Arrow too, so they can dodge very well. Hull health and armor is about the same as an Aurora, so they won't hold up well against damage. Weapons loadout depends on the variant. The Fury has 4 size 2 gun hardpoints on the wings. By default they come with size 2 fixed battery laser repeaters, but you could put size 1 gimbals for size 1 guns instead, although with how maneuverable the ship is, that may not be necessary. The Fury also has 4 size 2 missile hardpoints on the wings, with size 2 missile launchers. They each have 1 size 2 missile, for a total of 4 missiles. You cannot change out the missile launchers. The MX, on the other hand, has no guns at all. It's purely a missile boat. It comes with 4 bespoke size 3 missile hardpoints with dual size 2 missiles on them, plus another 4 size 2 missile launchers with single size 2 missiles, also fixed, and then another 4 dual size 1 missile launchers. So that's a total of 12 size 2 missiles and another 8 size 1 missiles. That is a crazy amount of missiles, but the MX are defenseless against any ships that get past the missiles, so there's a bit of give and take. You also can't change the missile launchers, but you can change the missiles. Size 2 missiles won't do too much damage against larger capital ships though, so the MX is better against smaller ships or ground targets. You can use them to swarm enemy fighters with missiles as well. The Fury and the MX go for $55 on the website, although there's an Invictus Warbond version for $50 with LTI. Concierge can get a special Warbond version for $50 and LTI, and it comes with a Concierge exclusive paint, the olive green leatherback paint. There are also 2 packs, 4 packs, and larger packs of the ships. I don't know if anyone needs that many ships, but if you have enough friends and enough money, it may be useful. Speaking of paints, you can also buy the white Templar paint, the brown Wasteland paint, and the red Tengu paint, and they apply to either variant. The leatherback paint is only available to Concierge members to buy, so it will be rare. Orcs and small groups will benefit using the Fury variants for attack, defense, or just to cause chaos. You can defend convoys and cargo ships by sacrificing a little space to hold some of them. You can attack unsuspecting targets by loading them on innocent-looking freighters. Jumptown, Xenothreat, and other missions would be very interesting with swarms of Fury and MX variants flying around. From my analysis, these ships will be amazing at swarming enemies if you load them on cargo ships or capital ships, so they would be perfect in Caterpillars, Hercules ships, Carracks, 890 jumps, as well as future ships like the RSI Galaxy, Liberator, Kraken, Idris, and others. The larger ships can hold from 20 to 70 Furies on them. Some smaller ships can hold Furies too, like the Corsair, the Constellation series, the Mercury Star Runner, and the Freelancer variants, as well as the Hammerhead. You can even fit 1 or 2 on the Cutlass Black and Nomad. It will be useful for large ships to escape combat with a little surprise snub attack. You can also use either variant for racing too, just as long as you have a ride to take you there. Another benefit of the Fury variants is that you can summon them from outposts in emergencies. You can also use the Fury as an emergency lifeboat to escape a destroyed ship. As long as you're near a planet or moon, you should be able to get to an outpost, assuming you can find it. The MX is also an interesting ship with so many missiles. It can be used as a gunship against space or ground targets, and with the speed, it should be able to escape fairly easily. A few things to watch for. The ship only has one small single shield. It's a stealth shield to make it harder to be detected, but it won't be very tough. The ship hull is also very delicate and all the components are right on the surface of the hull, so try to not get hit. Even if you don't get blown up right away, your components could easily be damaged from any hit. Use the gimbaled engines to dodge often. Since the Fury and MX have no quantum drive, you also don't get the quantum HUD, so finding cities, stations, and outposts can be very difficult. Hopefully CIG adds some form of direction finder for the ships. Sadly, another problem is that even though they are snub fighters, they don't currently attach to the outside of the Constellation series. You have to use up cargo space for them. The weapons on the Fury or MX will do a ton of damage for such a small ship, but the capacitors are not very large on the Fury, so they can run out of power quick. This means waiting for them to recharge while in combat, so use your speed and agility to distance yourself from your target as your weapons recharge. The MX has no guns at all, so once the missiles are done, you can be at a serious risk. There is of course no quantum drive, so you won't be able to do jumps from the surface to space, and no way to quick escape using quantum. You'll have to fly the manual way. Also remember that it only has a small hydrogen fuel tank, so it can run out of fuel quickly, which means you can't fly too far and you'll need to refuel often. Some interceptor ships can also fly faster than the Fury, so they may catch up to you and take you out quick. So aside from all that, I like the little Fury so far. It has a nice Star Wars-y ship design and will be great for people to use in innovative ways. It's not cheap for a small ship though. There are ships with full quantum drives that are cheaper, but they may not fit in so many parent craft as the Fury can. Alright, so that's a brief preview of the Mirai Fury and Fury MX. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. You can use my referral code if you decide to jump in as Star Citizen, and you'll get 5,000 extra in-game credits. Here's a big thank you to my current patrons. I have a Patreon going for $3 a month. All patrons will have their names listed at the end of my videos, and get first pick on the next item I will cover. So feel free to sign up and let me know what you'd like to see next. Okay, catch you all next time.